So thank you so much for attending Graduate Program's open house, and also thank you for attending our Graduate Students LMU session. So really this session is for you to be able to ask our current students questions, really whatever you're wondering that you need a student's perspective on, they are here to help you. So I'm going to go ahead and we can start with Dallas, one of our current students, and he can introduce himself, then we can pop to Denise and Bryce.
Hi, everybody. My name is Dallas Garcia. I'm a second-year film student at SFTV, getting an MFA in film and television production with specialization in creative producing, and really happy to be here with y'all. So, yeah.
Hi, everyone. My name is Denise. I'm a first-year graduate student on the clinical mental health counseling track. I also work at the graduate admission, and I am the GSLMU Senator for SOE, for School of Education.
Cool. Hi, my name is Bryce, and I am a yoga studies student. I'm also a staff member at LMU. I've been a staff member for many years here. Came back actually to study yoga, mainly because LMU is maybe the only place in the United States to get a degree in yoga. So that's why I'm here.
Wonderful. So if anyone here has any questions for our students, feel free to unmute yourself or type your questions in the chat. I will go ahead and kick us off with just a general question, and then we can go from there. So if you could all tell us why you chose LMU and why you chose your program too. Go ahead, Dallas.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I first chose LMU because I love film. I've wanted to be a filmmaker since I was very, very little, and LMU has one of the top film schools in the whole country. And so reading more about it, I just really like their mission statement, the culture and environment of learning, and the education of the whole person. And so that's something that was very appealing to me. And also on a personal thing, their service of faith and promotion of justice. And so their Ignatian values, and it was important for me. And ever since I've gotten here, it's just proven to be so wonderful on all those counts, like it delivers. And so, yeah, it's very exciting and very wonderful.
Yeah, so for me personally, I like how holistic the approach of LMU is. There is the spiritual aspect, of course, the educational aspect, and I get a lot of opportunities here. I'm only on my first year, and so far it's been very wonderful. I can't begin to explain how happy I am that I chose LMU. And also, I feel a sense of community in LMU, joining GSLMU and having my colleagues, Dallas, Bryce, and everyone else in the executive board. I feel very, very welcome. And yeah, just the whole spirit and vibe of LMU. And of course, the weather in California is perfect. So there.
Yeah, so I guess I chose LMU, like I said before, because it's really one of the few places, very few universities offer an entire program in yoga studies or yoga at all. And so this was kind of it, unless I wanted to go outside the United States. I didn't want to do that. This is actually not my first graduate degree. I have a doctorate already, but fell in love with yoga several years ago, and it really touched me in a profound way, and so I wanted to just basically dedicate the rest of my life to studying it. And so this was a great place. I had actually read several articles and books by some of the professors here and the program director, and so having had a history at the institution, it was really fantastic to be able to come back and enjoy the environment, get to study, get to study again, learn some amazing things, and just have a very full, rich life on campus.
Thank you. So all three of you are in completely different programs that have completely different course schedules. You know, Bryce mentioned he's working full time. I know Denise is our graduate assistant. Dallas's program is extremely full time. So if you could each just go ahead and tell me kind of what a day in your life is like, and then also how you balance it all. All three of you are super involved.
Well, for me, I can say really, if you're going into the film program, it's important to like space out your meal times. Especially like, so for me, I like get up, I have breakfast, and then I go to a class, and then maybe I go back to where I live, and then work some more, and then have lunch or dinner there, depending on the day, and then go back for another class, and then work on more things afterwards on campus, and then coming home, finishing up some scripts or like talking with other people about presentations, and then I go to sleep. And so, yes, sleep. I know it may seem impossible, but it is possible, and it's important.
Wonderful. Thank you. I encourage everyone, even no matter how busy you are, to get a full 8 hours.
Truly, I agree with Dallas. Self-care is like our priority. Everyone else in here should be their priority as well. You should make time for self-care. But for me personally, I'm very lucky that my supervisor, Emily, and the rest of the graduate admission family has been very supportive with my current schedule. Sometimes some of my classes are hybrid. So one of them I have to take online every other week. And so my supervisor lets me camp out in the office just to do my online work. And then also my two other classes are fully in person. So just balancing out work and the school, and I guess same with Dallas, a lot of rest time as well. And I eat a lot. So it helps with my mental health as well. It keeps me energized. So I guess that's it.
So a typical day, it's kind of, I mean, I don't think I've left my house in many months, but our program, we're really lucky that our program is dual mode. So we have residential students that are living, you know, in Los Angeles and coming to class every class. But we also have maybe more students, or it's probably a pretty good balance of students that are all over the world. And so we have students coming in through our Zoom classes, you know, on our Monday and Wednesday nights when we run our classes. Things are kind of tailored in the graduate programs for, I think many graduate programs have classes kind of on certain days that they focus so that you're not generally busy every single day with class, although maybe in film it's different. I don't know, you guys are animals. but we you know, we get a couple of days a week where we're grinding 5-6 hours in class, and then after that the expectation is you're probably putting in 3 hours per hour in class. So I'd say I'm working 15 to 20 hours a week on schoolwork or reading or paper writing. That's the life of a grad student. I think maybe one of my favorite parts of the program is being able to learn a language. It's been a long time since I've learned a language, and so it's been fun to dip back into to that activity.
That's wonderful.
I'd say I'm up. This is a full-time job, so I am sitting at my desk, you know, working several hours a day, and the homework's got to come in the morning. So getting up at like 4 usually, and light the candle and start grinding.
I hope you're sleeping too. Only one who didn't mention sleep.
You do enough yoga, you use less sleep.
Oh, That's a fun fact. Um, Wonderful. Thank you all for those answers. Does anybody have any questions for them before I keep going? Okay, so what would you say your favorite student resource or kind of favorite thing really about LMU is that you get to utilize and get to experience as a graduate student?
Oh, for me, I'm not kidding when I say this. I'm going to have to say the faculty. The faculty around, they're so knowledgeable and they care and give their time to make you the best, whether that be, you know, from the film school, whether you're in directing, producing, or what screenwriting. They are excellent educators that really want to help you be the best you can be. And the staff are equally fun and kind to work with. And I just want to give a shout out to Laura, and Deb, who like work in the producing office on the main campus. They're excellent, as well as Celeste Ward and Jenny Manriquez. They really helped me personally, like become like more aware of the resources and people here to help. And all you got to do is go to them and ask. So it's this feeling of it's big yet small enough. You expand when you want to, but also have a close, tight-knit group of colleagues. And so that's my favorite part of being a part of GSLMU and the larger Lion Pride as a whole.
For me, I have three actually. The first one is the library. I really love how we have a lot of options, a lot of books, and that it is open until 12 midnight, and how we can utilize it 24 hours during finals week, and also that the online version of the library is also very helpful, and we can download ebooks at any time. And I don't really spend that much on books because the library has everything. So, I mean, that's a plus. And also, apart from that, the student psychological services, they host a lot, and I mean a lot of workshops and discussion groups. And during well, we're still in the middle of the pandemic, but last semester I was happy to be a part of a woman of color discussion group. So one of the things that I felt very connected to that group, and also I felt that that was a good resource for me to find my own space in LMU. And also, I forgot the other one. Sorry, I'll get back to the last one. But I have three. I can't remember. I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. Okay. Anyway.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear you say student psychological services. That's not one that I expected to hear anyone say, but it's great that we have that on campus, and they're a very professional group, and they offer some really great counseling services. For me, I guess I'll just go to beauty. I really appreciate how much the university has invested in their campus, and of course, that includes amazing buildings and all the architecture, the library, but really just the landscaping and just a great venue. It is a consistent reminder of just the glory of living. And so we study in a beautiful, amazing place. And so I think anybody who's a student here just have to appreciate how amazing that is. Of course, not everyone is a resident student, but hopefully you get to campus. Hopefully you will be.
So I'm going to drop in the chat. You can actually come take a campus tour with our wonderful tour guide, Denise. Um, if you are interested in coming to campus, you can fill out, you can go to this website and click on the campus tour request form and fill out a campus tour request. We also, if you are a School of Film and Television student, we do tours of the Playa Vista campus too. So we do both of those for interested students. Wonderful. Any other questions before I keep going?
I remember the last one, actually, Emily.
Okay.
So the last resource that I really love is the career and professional development. They have we use Handshake, and so on Handshake, it's like LinkedIn, where we see opportunities within our professional life, our career path. And so that is such a good resource for us. And I've been seeing a lot of opportunities, and I don't feel scared or anxious at all after I graduate because I know I'll get a job. So there.
Wonderful. Okay, so what advice would you give to a student right now applying to your program you are in?
For me, it's know what you would like to do, but if you get here and like you discover something else, that's okay. You know, people are still going to support you. People are still going to like you, and they're still going to want to see you become the best you want to be. It's okay to not to want to change. It's okay to think you're going to go down like one major, one thing, and then change. That is okay.
For me, I think that what really helps me a lot is just finding my community. I mean, a space where I feel safe and I feel welcome and comforted. And so when you decide to come into LMU, I hope that you find such spaces, and yeah, just don't be just I feel like you don't have to be afraid to fit in, because you'll fit right in. I'm an international student, and I don't feel like anyone discriminated me at all at any given day. So yeah, that's it. I'm just very lucky to be here.
Yeah, I guess I'd say like probably like with any graduate program, it's the onus is really on the student to put in effort and work and get as much as they can out of whatever program they're in. And whatever you put in, I basically anytime I've ever asked a faculty member for advice or for feedback or whatever, they're very eager to provide it. And no matter how hard I work, they will always be happy to make me work harder. So, graduate school is usually a pretty big investment, personal investment. And so I guess I encourage people going into any program to take that very seriously and get as much as they possibly can out of their time with the experts in these fields.
Wonderful. Thank you, guys. So those are all my questions. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to unmute yourself and ask. But if not, here we go. Is there collaboration with other students in your programs? Do you all collaborate with your classmates? Do you have group projects? Do you guys want to speak on that?
Oh, well, for me, there definitely is a collaboration between there's like different schools of producing, the screenwriters and the directing track, but there are different like schools, so we don't always have the same classes, so we have to collaborate on our own time, like when we have the initiative and the drive to meet other people and to create something awesome. And so it really is something beautiful to collaborate. Like me, I'm personally working with like animators from the undergrad community on something. And so, yeah, they're out there and and there are others who want to work with you on certain projects. And when it comes together, it really is awesome. And for GSLMU as a whole, like we get to see everybody from the different schools. And so that's what's super special when we can make something that every single one of the student, no matter what program or major you're in, will enjoy. And so, yeah, we even have these little mixers every month or so where we can just hang out. And that's what I think building these relationships are all about, just really getting to know the person and connecting in real life. You know, over Zoom is great and all, but in real life, nothing beats that.
Yes, just to piggyback on Dallas. Yes, we do have our monthly mixers on GSLMU, and we host that just because we want others to get to know each other and also to get to know other graduate students from other colleges as well. And just to network basically. And besides that, in my program, I'm on the counseling track. Some of my, well, I have one course right now that we have to do volunteering work. And so people from the other students from my class really reached out to me if we can volunteer together, so that is a nice touch. Like we get to hang out outside the campus because we're all busy, we have different jobs, and so that is also a nice way to connect. And so there.
So others have mentioned mixers and such, and those are nice. But our program is cohort based, and many programs at LMU and probably many graduate schools are cohort based. So we form a pretty good bond with those students that enter the same year. We're all taking the same classes. We're at least for a couple of semesters until we may branch off, but kind of have a pretty common experience for a good portion of time. And so we're working together on some assignments. Other assignments are solitary. Plenty of things are individual, but we also have plenty of group work. We go out to dinner, we enjoy meals, get to know each other. Some of us have formed study groups. So we have like a regular, a couple times a week, we're getting up extra early and working for 60 or 90 minutes to review our homework assignment or something like that. So it's kind of varies, and it's maybe up to your cohort a little bit to organize some things, but there's plenty of organized things for you. That's all I have to say.
Great, thank you guys. Any other questions? We have a few minutes left.
This isn't so much a question as it is just a statement that this is an awesome school and you should come.
Well, I'm curious, like what the two people who are here are curious, like what programs they're thinking about or whatever.
I am actually a undergrad student here at LMU right now, so I'm a management and leadership major, but I'm interested in the business administration program.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I taught in that program for 3 years, just as an adjunct. I don't know. Yes, cool program. A lot of very big program here. It's like probably one of the biggest. Production's also very big.
Well, I guess Lindsay doesn't need a campus tour then, so.
No.
Okay, well, if you guys don't have any other questions, we'll stick around for a couple minutes, but you are free to go. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions in the future.